Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia and I run Sticky Kitten Crafts. I am so sorry. I have been in a slump lately. Not a crocheting slump, just like a life slump. And I think I've started filming like 3 different videos and haven't done a single one. So I'm really sorry about that. I have been wanting to like create more content, but I just haven't been feeling up to it. I kind of stopped my Project a Day series on Instagram for a little bit. And then I just kind of stopped filming things for YouTube. I actually did film quite a bit of stuff and I just like never finished it. So I don't know. I think for this vlog, I'm going to do just like a little crochet with me weekend vlog. I'm going to kind of talk you through what I'm working on this weekend. It's Friday afternoon. I just got done with work, so I'm going to kind of like plan out my weekend, figure out what I want to do. And then I think I will maybe sometime this weekend review all of the footage that I have and see if I want to like somehow either incorporate it here, or I might just like create a mega chaos video that will be a bunch of random stuff from the last couple of weeks that I've filmed, because you know I had some cool stuff that I was working on, so we'll see. But that's what I've been up to. Again, really sorry I've been kind of MIA lately. I don't know, I just haven't been feeling it. Something's been off, I don't know. So what I want to do this weekend. So a couple weeks ago, I filmed some content, which I haven't shared here yet. Maybe I will include it in this video towards the end, but I kind of showed you how I plan out my week and I showed you my market planner, I believe. So what I want to do this weekend is really sit down and focus on my planning for my upcoming markets. I've been accepted into 2 markets so far for the fall. One is in August and one is in November. So, sorry, October. One is kind of going to be more of like a home decor kind of event. It's at like a local market that has a bunch of stalls and people sell like goods. I'll probably bring some of my more expensive plushies and things like that, but it's not going to be like a more like kid focused one. It's definitely going to be more adult focused. So I need to really plan out what I want to bring for that event and start working on those items. I also need to plan out kind of how many items I will need for like my hopeful September market. I did apply for one in September but haven't heard back. My October market, which I have been approved for, that one is a pumpkin themed market. I think it's called like the Great Pumpkin something fest or something like that. So I want to make some fall items and like figure out how many like beanies and scarves and kinds of things I should maybe make for the like that market. And then I also have my November, or I don't have anything in November or December. I've been looking online. There's really not any good options yet, so I'm just waiting for new markets to get added to Eventany so I can kind of suss them out, see what I might want to do. But right now, I for sure have a market August, one in October, and I have an application out for one in September. They usually don't approve you. This was the same market that I did for my first market vlog. She doesn't go through and like approve people until about a month out, so I might not know about that one still for another month or so, but hopefully I'll hear back sometime soon. That event only has about 15 vendor slots, and I think she does like to kind of like rotate through people. I've looked back at their page and like it seems like they do try to choose kind of like net new vendors every time, and there's maybe some returning ones, so I don't know that I'll be approved. The application fee is only $5, so if I don't get approved, it's fine. But that's kind of the general plan. So I need to do some organization this weekend. I also need to organize my craft space. I have so much stuff. Like this is kind of like a number of my like works in progress. I have a bunch of like items on this little table right behind me. I just kind of need to do some general cleanup and get things in order. Like I said, I've been working on a lot of cool new stuff, so I'll try and maybe show you some of that this weekend and talk you through some of the other items I want to make, and we'll go from there. So again, I'm really sorry I've been gone. I don't know, I've just not been feeling it. But I don't want to say I haven't been feeling it because I've been crocheting a lot, but I've just been kind of like resistant to filming for a while. I don't know why. I've been feeling very introverted and hermit-like lately. So that is kind of what's been going on. So I will bring you guys through my weekend and kind of see what I'm going to be working on, and we can see how much we can get done over the weekend. So I will be back later. Okay, one thing I had a question about is, for those of you that buy yarn at craft stores, have you been getting coupons in the mail from Joann lately? I used to get coupons in the mail like once a month, every few weeks from Joann, which you would stack on top of their coupons in the app. I mean, it was great. I used to get stuff for so cheap there. And like, mind you, their prices at Joann usually I find are like pretty reasonable. Like, they usually have burnout blanket for $8.99, $9.99, like usually fairly cheap. But I haven't gotten like a single coupon in the mail for probably 6 to 8 months. I haven't moved, nothing's changed. Like, I used to use my coupons all the time, so it's not like because I wasn't using them, like I would use them every time I got them. So that's weird. Number 2, Michael's has no coupons on the app anymore. Like, the last couple times I went there, I have been super disappointed because they don't have any coupons in the app. And now I just like get the rewards. And also their yarn hasn't really been on sale lately. So what's going on? Like, have you guys noticed this too? Like, I just wanted to plug this in there because I don't know if they're trying to do it because the economy is bad. I don't know what's going on, but like, no one has coupons anymore and I can't buy full priced yarn. So anyways, that's my little rant about that. But let me know if you've been seeing the same thing, because I'm super curious if like maybe it's just my market I live in or what. But yeah, let me know. Okay, sorry, I changed my hair and I moved the camera a little bit, but I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things I've been working on for my upcoming markets. So like I said, one of my markets is going to be more of like a home goods kind of event, I think. So I started making these little dishcloths. They're super easy to whip up. I also wanted these to be kind of a stash buster for me. I have a whole giant bag of cotton yarn that I'm not really going to use for a lot of things. It's all like the Lily Sugars and Cream yarn, and I just don't use it for much. I've wanted to use it for different things, but like for keychains, it's a little bit big for my liking, and I just don't know what else to do with it. So I am making all these little kind of like washcloths, dishcloths, whatever you want to use them for. And then I'm gonna make some probably like cotton face rounds, as well as some bigger hand towel like cloths. So that is what I'm doing. Again, these are super easy. I made all of these last weekend, so very easy to create. And I like that, you know, they can be fun colors and stuff like that. One of my friends was over and she was like, oh, you should, she's like, are you planning on making any of these in like neutral tones, like what everyone is interested in? And I was kind of like, at first I was like, yeah, maybe I will. And then I thought about it and I was like, no. I read a statistic about how the world is getting way more like gray, beige, white, black. Like, we're losing a lot of color in our world. So I feel like one of the things that I want to do with my brand is like bring more color to the world. Like, if you've seen my booth display that I did a couple months ago, it's like very colorful, very fun. That's what I want my brand to be, is like very colorful, very fun. And I don't want to be like the clean girl aesthetic gray beige kind of person. So I might like, I'll obviously probably have some items that are like, I have this like black one just because I already have black, but otherwise I want to have these bright neon colors. And honestly, if I lose business because of it, it's fine. Like, they're not my audience, you know? My audience is people who want to bring color and fun and life into their lives. So that's just that. So I mean, granted, I am actually probably gonna make a couple of like hand towels. I found some that are like color blocks. They'll have like gray, or not gray, but like a beige and like a color at the bottom. I will do that because it at least has a pop of color, but I'm not just gonna sit here and make cream colored dishcloths. That's not me. That's not my thing. So that is that. Okay, the next thing I made were these. This little bunny was like one of the first things that sold at my last market. It's so cute with the little overalls. I actually finished these overalls last night, the little pink ones. I love them so much. So, oops, I have an end I need to sew in. So I have this idea that I want to do kind of like a Build-A-Bear experience with these little bunnies. So I'll have all the little bunnies just sitting there, I think, without any clothes on. Maybe like one or two of them will have clothes. So I really want people to be able to go in and pick out what like hat and clothes they want for their bunny. That way they can choose what colors they like. They can choose, like, kind of pick and choose what kind of like little hair or hat accessory they want. So far I've made 3 bunnies. This one, I got this gray, and in the store it looked more gray, but I made this beige bunny, and this one is like the almond burnout blanket, and this one is some sort of gray. I forget what color, but they look almost the same, and I don't like this gray all that much next to the almond one. So I'll definitely bring this bunny, but I'm not gonna get this color again. I'll just stick with the almond, and then I might get a darker gray if I want to have gray bunnies, but this one is just too close, and I don't know, I like this one better. So this one has his little hat and the little overalls. So I'm just going to keep making bunnies and clothes. I was also thinking that this could be a great way to like keep people engaged with my brand. So I could make special clothes for each holiday, so people could kind of be driven to my website and rebuy, or like things like that. So these are my 2 little buns. I love them so much. I did make one other bunny. This one is actually a little bit smaller than the others. I don't know how I did that. I must have used the wrong hook size, but I needed to make this one some special clothes. So this one will probably be like a one-off sale, because the clothes that I made for the other bigger bunnies will not fit this one. So I need to make a one-off bunny for this one, but he just turned out, I used the same exact pattern. I just must have sized down my hook and didn't realize. So that's him. I think this is the first one I made, and then I made the other 2, and I used the hook size recommended in the pattern. A lot of times too, I use the these like PRYM hooks, and I've noticed that in every crochet pattern it will say the hook size in millimeters, but these ones have the letters, and I almost never look up what letter. I just guess based on what color they are compared to, I don't know if it's here. I have my 5mm hook, and I know that one is 5mm. So I kind of like decide, okay, like this one must be maybe a 7. And I know which one my 7 is. I know 5 and 7, and that's it. So I kind of just guess based on those 2 and the colors that they are, because they go in like a kind of like variant. But yeah, so I must have used the wrong one. TLDR. And then when I went to go make them, I actually looked up the right hook size and did it in the right hook size, and now this bunny is smaller. It's okay. So those are, oh, I'm also working on, I'll have to look up who made this pattern, but I'm making a little vest. I haven't made a item yet that is like a meshy kind of item. This is the first one, but I kind of like it because it's whipping up really quick. I did this super fast. So I'm excited to make a clothing item quickly, as opposed to usually it takes me like freaking hours and hours. So I'm working on that. My last thing I have here, I've been making these little ducks, and I also wanted to kind of do a like build your own duck. They'll all have their own individual hats, and you can kind of pick and choose whichever hat you want. I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but I do need to figure out how I want to price them. Because I think I'll probably just do it to where you can buy like the duck and a hat at a certain price, but if you want to buy just the duck, it like would be a little bit more expensive, I guess. Like it would make sense, like, you know, do some sort of like bundle pricing where it would make sense to also get the hat too. But the thing is like, I don't really want people buying a bunch of extra hats, because I just want them to buy one duck and one hat. That's kind of what I want. So, but I do want them to have the ability to choose their own hat. Does that make sense? So I think that's what I'll do. I think what I'll do is I'll just have like my friend was like trying to make it really complicated. She was like, oh, like you should like make it so that if they buy like multiple hats, it's like cheaper. And I was like, I don't want to do that, because I hand make these items and like I price them for what they are, because that's like how much it takes to make them, you know? So I think in some cases it can make sense to do bulk pricing, but in most cases for crochet, it just really doesn't. So, and especially for something like this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say one duck plus choose your own hat will be whatever, $12, $15, whatever it is. So these ones are very easy, super nice pattern, just to kind of like whip up really quick. I love this little mallard. He is just the cutest. I don't know why his face looks like this, but I must have gone into the wrong. Maybe that's better. I don't know. His smile is kind of weird, but I kind of like it. So these are my little duck friends. I'm going to make a bunch of these. I'm going to make oodles of Leggy Frogs for my upcoming markets. And I'm also going to make some, like a bunch more of like the other little things like octopus, stingray, all that kind of stuff. So that's the general plan. I'm going to actually go downstairs and I'm going to talk you through kind of like my yarn destashing plan. Actually, we'll start up here. Okay, we're going to start up here in my room. So, here you can see I have like my plant shelf, and it has all of my, this is actually all of my burlap blanket. I think when I talked to you guys before on one of my previous videos, and I'm pretty sure this footage was included in one of my last videos, I had said about, or I had like both my like Sweet Snuggles Light and my chenille yarn on here with the burlap blanket, and then I had another bag with the burlap blanket. I didn't like everything being separated. I just kind of wanted all of each kind together. So what I did was I put all of the burlap blankets together. So this is all of that. All of this I'm going to use for my bunnies and cats, I think. And then like obviously some other stuff, but like main two things will be bunnies and cats. That's what I'm going to do to like destash the burlap blanket. That will come eventually, but not quite yet, because I want to, sorry, we're going on a little trip. I want to really try to get all of my chenille yarn under control. So what I did was I actually put all of it in this little wagon. So I am actually this weekend, I think, I might change up this video. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a challenge to see how much yarn in this bin I can get through this weekend. Because I really just kind of want to declutter, get rid of all that stuff. And by getting rid of all of this yarn, it will also have forced me to make most of my smaller items for my market. Because pretty much all of my small items, like my Leggy Frogs, my octopus, my stingrays, all those things are made out of this chenille yarn. So I think I'm gonna do that as a challenge this weekend. Okay, that's what we'll do. that'll be my challenge this weekend. And I do have, let's see, down here I have a bunch of these, sorry, this video is so chaotic. I have a bunch of these like cloth kind of like storage totes. So what I did was I started basically just putting all kinds of, like, all my market prepped stuff in here so that I could like basically have everything that is like the same together. So this box in particular is like all of my smaller items. So all of my Leggy Frogs are in here. Let's see what other cool things I've been making. This is the hat for one of my ducks. Sorry for the lighting. Oh my gosh, this is so chaotic. So this is the hat for one of my ducks. It's super cute. I know how to fix this. Okay, that will hopefully be better. So, okay, so I have the hat. I made these little, I think they call them pot savers. Basically, you put them in between your pots or your bowls to help protect them from the bowl that's getting put on top of it. I have a bunch of pans where they've gotten scratched because I put the pots and pans like on top of one another. So these are supposed to help protect them from getting all scratched up from the stacking. So I had that. Let's see. I don't really have, I have a couple of them. I started making some of these fidget toys. This is an octopus. I gave away my 2 Leggy Frogs I made to my boyfriend's niece and nephew, but I made this little octopus. It looks like it's like squirting or like having the, you know, and isn't it like in Finding Nemo where they keep saying like the octopus squirts or something? I forget. And then, but I think it looks like it's having like little octopus babies. So anyways, I don't know how good that one will go over, but the frogs are like barfing out the little stress balls, so those are cute. I also made some of these chunky mushrooms. I made some little baby frogs, so I think I'm gonna make these ones into keychains. And then I started making these little velvet frog bag friends. I actually didn't mind making these. I thought I was not gonna like them because when I worked with velvet yarn before, I hated it. Like, I made some hats with it. But making these wasn't too bad. This guy needs some legs, but I think I also have another half of one made, but he is not done. So anyways, so that's kind of what I've generally been working on. Let's do, I feel like I have all my stuff down here because my friend was here last week and I was showing her all this stuff. This is a little stingray I made. He needs his spots added to him. And then when I add the spots, I'm going to kind of sew his bottom to his top near his wings so that the stuffing kind of stays in his middle part. I might have overstuffed him a little bit because I feel like he looks kind of fat, but I kind of like him. It looks like he's smiling. I need to give him a little smile on the bottom too. So that's him. And again, if I talked about some of these things, I really apologize. But I know I've like filmed a lot of stuff, but I haven't put much of it out there. So if any of this is repeat, I'm sorry. I also made a bunch of these chickens. I got this yarn at Hobby Lobby on clearance. I forget what kind of yarn it was, but it was kind of like a more like softer, almost like chenille-ish rainbow yarn. So I made a bunch of these chickens. I still have a bunch more. I think I figured out I'll have enough to make like 20 more of these like fun multicolored chickens. This one is one of my favorites, like the little green and pink. He's so cute. So I have a bunch of those to make. And then let's see. Okay, my last thing I have are my giant plushy cats. This guy's so cute. I love him. He has his little fish purse. So I made this orange one. I made this white with rainbow stripe one. I love this guy. And I also made this little black one. This guy's body is like actually really small compared to the other ones. I don't know. Again, I don't know what happened, but for these ones, I know exactly what hook I use because I have like a mental thing in my head of like why I use that hook. So like I know which one I use. So I don't know why, but this one got little sparkly eyes and I think they're so cute. I gave him sparkle eyes because the black eyes just like, I mean, you can see even here, like the black parts just don't really have a lot of contrast with his fur color. So then the last thing I made, maybe this weekend too, I'll try to see how many loaf cats I can make. Crochet by Jenna was doing that on her channel. Like she was seeing how many loaf cats she could make. And I was like, oh, I love that challenge because I've been wanting to make some too. So we'll see. But I think my official challenge for the weekend will be trying to clean out my little cart here. I need to just get rid of like all of my chenille yarn so that I can kind of start a little bit fresh and also just de-stash. Like I just need to de-stash, declutter. That way I can move on to my burnout blanket, get all of those projects out of the way. And then I can start figuring out what kind of new yarn I want to buy. But yeah, so anyways. So that's kind of all of my little market prep things, but I'm going to keep working and I'm going to bring out another bin and I'm just going to put everything that I make for the weekend in there so I can easily show you guys as I'm going along or at the end what all I made this weekend. So we will see. I am guessing I can make, I'm going to give myself like a goal. I want to make 50 items this weekend. That's a lot, but I want to make 50 items and we'll see if we can do that. But that's going to be my goal. So anyways, I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, welcome back. It is now Saturday. Last night I made a bunch of Leggy Frogs to try and use up some of my yarn stash. So I made a total of 11 Leggy Frogs. So I did a mix. Some of them have the little, like squishy toys inside, and a few of them don't. So I'll put little mouths on them. But I ended up using up, I had two, I actually thought, yeah, I guess I used up like basically 2 balls of yarn, or like these are like half skeins left, I think. So I have 2 basically almost done. I'll clean up my yarn cart and I'll give you an update on what that looks like. Okay, this is what we're working with. So I have a little bit of black speckle, I have a lot of white, I have like a light gray, dark gray, some black, this kind of more ivory color, a couple purples, dark blue, light pink, light purple, this kind of hot pink color, 2 of these more, I don't know, kind of peachy colors. This one's kind of like a blue greenish color. I have 3 of these. It's gonna be hard to get through probably all 3 of those, but we'll see. And then I have a dark red. This is kind of a like brown. I think I might make some little mushroom guys with that. And then this is supposed to be like a green, but this one is one of the ones that's kind of more hard, so it's hard to incorporate it with some of the other chenilles because it's so rough. And then I have just a few more. I have one gold, one of these kind of, I forget what color they call it, but it's like lighter green. I have kind of a mint green and a little bit of dark green left. And then this blue and yellow. I also have one more of these skeins upstairs that I was going to use for a stingray. So that is kind of where we're at. I don't know that I'll get through all of this weekend, but hopefully I can at least make my 50 items. So I think today, in order to move through some of the yarn a bit faster, I'm going to make some of these birds. I'm also probably gonna try and make some stingrays. Since I have a lot of white, I want to start using that for some of the underbellies. Maybe I'll make another bigger stingray as well, just because, again, to try and use some of it up. but my goal really is to get to the 50 items, and I've made 11 so far, so we'll see how many I can get to. Yeah, so that is what I will be working on today. Okay, so it is about 2:30 and I finished up a few new items. I didn't get through too many, but I was trying out some new patterns that I had bought but haven't made yet, which is really fun. One of the first ones is this cute little chubby cat. This one worked up pretty easy. It's pretty low sew. The only thing you have to sew on are you don't sew them on, you kind of crochet them on, but you just have to like sew in the ends. So this one was really fun. I really liked this one. I also made these little poppable mushrooms. I don't know if I want to put keychains on them. I feel like they're a little bit big to be a keychain, so these might just be like a $5 item, but I made 3 of these. And then the last thing I made was this cute little no-sew chicken. Again, super easy, super quick. So I needed something to kind of get through some of my white yarn, so I think I will make a bunch more of these just to get through some of that. So those are the couple of things I've been making. So I am now up to 16 items for the weekend, so I need to get moving. I think I'm going to make a bunch more of these little poppable mushrooms because they're super quick, super easy, and I think they'll sell pretty well. So I'm gonna make a bunch of those and we'll see kind of how that goes. Right now I need to go get my nails done, so I'm gonna go do that and then I will be back. Hey guys, today is now Monday night. Yesterday I was going to finish like doing a wrap-up video in the evening, and I ended up hurting my foot, so that kind of like took up a lot of my brain space and I was in a lot of pain, so I didn't end up being able to finish it up last night. But I got through a lot of stuff this weekend. I didn't quite meet my goal, but I used up a lot of my yarn, which was really exciting. And I was thinking today, I was like, dang it, maybe I shouldn't have used so much of my Sweet Snuggles Light and my like chenille home yarn, given that Michaels has had no sales recently and like no coupons. I don't know why my hair looks crazy, sorry. So anyways, but that's okay. I'm glad that I kind of like did this little challenge. It was really fun. So I'm gonna show you all the items I made, and then I'll show you a quick update on what my cart looks like. I will say the cart doesn't look like I made a huge dent, but I definitely did. It definitely like dwindled a lot of it down. I still have a lot to go, but that is a-okay. So let's talk through some of the items I made. So I made 11 Leggy Frogs. I made some with these little stress balls inside, and then I made some other just, you know, normal ones. For the normal ones, I still need to give them the little mouths, but I made 11 total. I did all these on Friday night. And then, let's see, on Saturday, I made this little chick. I got this no-sew bird pattern probably a long time ago, maybe even like a year ago, and I just never made them, but I did make this little chicken because I had a lot of white yarn, so I wanted to see if this was like a good pattern. I definitely really liked it, really recommend it. I think before I put out this video, I'm going to make a Google sheet with all the links to the patterns so you guys can find them. My menace. So I'll include the link there, but this one, the pattern came with like a duck, a chicken, and like a mallard duck. I guess like more of like a yellow chick mallard duck, and then this chicken. So I made just one of these. I need to make another so that I can weigh my yarn and do the time, like calculate the time and stuff it takes, but I can't remember if I did that or not, but I probably need to do that for this one, but definitely an easy make for sure. Next, I wanted to try and do a couple of like bigger-ish projects just to work through, again, a little bit of like the bulk of the yarn. So I made 2 little ducks. I have a third one that's like mostly done, but I made 2 little, I guess that one's like, again, like a chick, and this one's a mallard duck. Again, another super easy pattern to whip up. And these ones are supposed to have little hats, so I need to make them hats. I did make, I already have 3 of these ducks made with 1 hat, so I need to make a lot more hats. So I will be doing that, but those were, again, definitely a good market make. I think for these ones, I'll price them at about $20. They do take quite a, like, not a while, but I want to say they take about an hour-ish to make. So given that and then the materials, I think they'll be about $20, but, and they have the hat, which I haven't calculated it in yet, but I think $20 is probably a good price point for these. So that's those. Let's see. I also made, I made an uneven number of my next thing, so I'll have to make another one. I don't know how I did that. Anyways, I made 9 of these little flower. These are going to be bag charms. I think I'm either going to, kind of like a bag buddy or something. I think I'm either going to crochet a loop onto it so you can kind of just like feed it through the loop and have it be on your bag, or I'll add some keychains. I kind of feel like these might be a little bit big to be a keychain, and the keychains do, you know, cost me some money, so I may just have them have like a little loop on top so you can kind of feed it through your bag. But I made these ones. These are kind of like a yellow, like a sunflower, that's the name of it, yeah. So I made a couple sunflowers. I made, oh, I see, I made 3 of these little blue flowers. They're so cute. And then I made a couple of pink ones. I like the pink too. I think the pink goes really well with that yellow and green. And then the same thing, a couple of purple ones. So love these. These are super quick and easy. I think they maybe take me 15 minutes, but I don't think they even take that long. So those will be probably like a $10 to $15 item. And then the next thing I made, this is something I've been wanting to make for a while. This is the poppable mushroom. I'm pretty sure this is by Cable and Canvas. I love these little guys. I made, let's see. Okay, I made 6 of these. I made a red one, the pink one that I showed you, purple, yellow, kind of this peachy orange, and then a kind of like greeny blue color. So I love these. They are, again, super easy, super quick. Again, I think 10 to 15 minutes to make maybe. They don't use a lot of stuffing, which is also really nice. This is a nice project for me to like take on the go because I can bring a little bag of stuffing and it will go a long way. So definitely love these. I can't decide, again, same thing for these. I think I might keep these kind of just as they are, but I may also add some keychains, and I may bring my keychains and just say it's an option to like add a keychain to your mushroom if you so desire. But that was those. So again, I made 6 of those, and then I had wanted to make more. I had made a few of these last week, these mini Leggy Frogs. I need to give these ones mouths as well, but I made 3 of these. I made 2 of these hot pink and 1 purple. I think these ones were definitely closer to 10 minutes to make. So I love making these. I think these ones I will make into, again, I can't decide if I want to add keychains or not, or if I want to just kind of like leave them off and sell them just as like a mini $5 item. So these were a great make. I should have made more of these, but I just kind of I was really into making these little flowers, so that's what I kind of got stuck on. And then the last thing I made this weekend was this cute little cat, this little chubby cat. I think I mentioned in a bunch of my videos that I wanted to start making more cats because my name is Sticky Kitten Crafts, and at my first market I had basically no cats, so I wanted to start making more. So I made this little guy. I think he'll probably be around maybe like $15 or so. I'm gonna make him in a bunch more colors, and actually a lot of the yarn that I have left is kind of like black, orange, yellow, white, gray, like those kinds of colors that I wouldn't use for my more fun items. So it'll be perfect to help stash bust a lot of those like more neutral colors. So that'll be good. These ones don't take that long. He was, again, super easy. The body is, you know, all one. You kind of sew the ears onto him. Like it's not, you crochet the ears onto him, and then you just have to weave in the ends, and then you make the tail separately and crochet that into it. So really no sewing. The only exception is weaving in the tails from the ears. I don't know, it kind of looks like a hamster to me right now, but I really do like the little cat. So that was all I made this weekend. I will go ahead and do a quick tally of about how much money how much inventory dollars I created this weekend. I think that will be kind of fun, but yeah, that was all I made. I feel like I was very happy with my progress. I needed to make a lot of little items, and I wanted to try and test out a lot of the patterns that I hadn't made yet. A lot of the patterns that I haven't done yet were these little items, because I usually just I get really excited when I buy bigger projects, and a lot of times I'll go on Etsy and I'll save like 10 or 15 different patterns, and I'll buy them all at once. So a lot of times these little ones just kind of get pushed to the wayside, and I don't think about making them very often. But since I'm trying to market prep, I wanted to just get them all out there. So, or, you know, start working on all of them to decide what might be a good addition to my market prep. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. Let me go calculate kind of how much inventory dollars I created this weekend. And I'll give you, I think I said how many total items I made. I might not have though, but I'll tell you. But the goal was 50, and to dwindle down my stash of yarn. Actually, let me show you the yarn stash first. Okay, again, it probably doesn't look like I did a lot, but I really did dwindle down quite a bit. I think I got rid of one ball of like blue yarn. I finished that one off. I think I also maybe finished off a white one. So that was great. Those were both like half skeins, but I still have like a lot of, like I said, black left. I have some gray. This is my green. This one's almost done. Need to finish this up. And then I have a couple of blues left. I have a lot of this peach. I might make some cats out of this. I don't know. It looks like a good cat color in this light, but it's really not. It's like kind of like highlighter peachy orange. But I have a lot of that orange as well that I will definitely use to make some cats. And then just like a little bit of purple, some pinks left. So I definitely did a good job of like clearing some of this out. These ones on top are just like little partial skeins, like there's really not a lot left. So I made it so that all the yarn at least fits down in the cart, which is great. So I think this week my goal will be to continue dwindling this down, and we'll kind of see where we get in the next week. I do think I might have to buy like a couple of colors, like this light green. This isn't a good light to show you, but this light green I use for a lot of stuff, so I might buy like one more of that. And then I have a couple of like this light green. This isn't a good light to show you, but this light green I use for a lot of stuff, so I might buy like one more of that. And then but we'll see. I think I'm really am gonna try to like dwindle everything down before I buy anything else. So anyways, that is the update on that. Okay, I did a quick tally and I think I made about $320 worth of production this weekend. So that's definitely pretty good. I think right now I have close to about 2,500, somewhere between 2,500 and like $3,000 worth of inventory. And my goal, my super high goal is to have like 10,000 before August. Like that's totally not gonna happen, I don't think, but my goal was to have around $2,000 of inventory for each of the 5 shows that I want to do. Again, I don't know that will happen, but that's just kind of like my general, that was like my goal. So I do have a lot of larger items that I haven't made yet that I need to make. I also still have like a lot of smaller items that I need to make. I think I've made somewhere around maybe 30 Leggy Frogs, but like my goal is 100. So things like that, I just need to kind of keep cranking out, and like this weekend was a great one to kind of like get through 11 more. I know it's not a lot, but like if I wanted to, I could have just sat here and done Leggy Frogs all weekend. I probably would have been bored, but you know, I think each weekend I can probably choose like a couple of little items like this one or these little poppable mushrooms and just kind of crank them out and just keep it going. I will say that I've been super happy with myself because I have basically just been like finishing up a bunch of the items, like completely finishing up. Like I'm not doing the assembly line, and for me, I feel that works 1,000 times better. Like I don't feel so overwhelmed. Like here I have a whole bag of items that I have completely finished and I don't have to go back and like finish them off. Like I said, some of the Leggy Frogs need little mouths and stuff, but that's way easier for me to do than to need to go back, like stuff them, sew them, and do the mouths. Like that's like just a lot. So I think I will just kind of keep moving in this way. I might make like say 5, but then finish all those 5 off, and then like do 5 more, finish those off, even maybe 10, but I don't want to give myself like a huge box of 100 Leggy Frogs that I then have to like do all this stuff with, I don't think. So that's kind of just generally how I've been doing all of my prep. So I think we will wrap up this video. I think this will probably be a shorter one, but I did just kind of want to reconnect with you guys. Like I said, the last couple of weeks I've just like not really been feeling it, so I haven't been filming as much, but I'm gonna try and like get back on the bandwagon, and this week I'm going to try to maybe put together that video that I was talking about in some of my last couple about kind of how I organize myself for my business and some of the tools I use and things like that. Let me know down below if you think that would be helpful if you're like a small business owner too. And I love seeing people's organizational videos, even if like I didn't have a small business. I feel like I would still be interested in that. I mean, before I had my small business, I watched a lot of those videos, so just let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I will go ahead and like get that one together. Someone also had mentioned in the comments that they wanted me to put together a video of some of my favorite YouTube creators. I am definitely working on that. I've been kind of watching a bunch of videos and making my list, so I did want to be really intentional about it and kind of tell you why I like those people. I mean, I know like there's people that I watch all the time, but I just wanted to make sure that I was like intentional in telling you kind of like what some of their content is about and kind of their general vibe and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put that one together as well. So if there's anything else you want to see, I love your ideas. Please send them my way. I'm more than happy to kind of like create whatever kind of content you guys are looking for. So I will talk to you guys in the next one. Sorry, this is shaky. I'm holding my phone up with my arm and it's getting tired. But I will talk to you guys in the next one. Yeah.